Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode in Spakovo, Poland. It's another month, we're in June, and the nature is all nice, lush and green. It's a bit darker green than it was in the beginning of the year, in the spring, but hey, we're gonna survive, I think. In any case, I'm just checking out the moisture on this field. It's to be pretty high at the moment. But is it any better the higher we go? Okay. It's a little bit better. Alright. So today I hope I'm gonna be able to make some hay bales. Alright, this field seems to be pretty nice and without any weeds. I'm happy with that. Yeah, so I do hope we're gonna be able to do some bales today. At least hay bales. I know for a fact that we can do bales. So yeah, I did spend quite a long time yesterday with the piglets, with our bacon seeds. I really should stop calling them like that. They are friends. Alright, while we're here, let's check on our cows. Yo, how are you doing? You got enough food? Yes, you do. Let's check your status. Any news? No. Nothing new. Still plenty of straw inside, still plenty of hay. But today is the day that we should have a new animal in our horse stable. We're definitely gonna have to check that. Let's see how our sheep are doing. Alright, I can count 4 adult sheep. And I can count 1 and 2 the second, and 2 adult goats. Alright, beautiful. Everything seems to be under control over here. So let's see if this needs any water. Okay, it is going to need manure and just a little bit of water. And our last stop for today, well, second to last for the piglets. Yeah, let's dump the rest of the water in here. You know what, I actually do want to check how long it takes for piglets to grow up, because I am gonna have to plan accordingly so we have our transport ready. Maybe have a look at the trailer for pig transport specifically, because we don't really have any. Well, if I take 4 at a time, that's gonna take 3 trips just to sell all the piglets, which I do think it's not the best way to go around it. Now let's see. We still don't have a horse. Okay, there's Jasmine. Yes, you do still have a baby. And it is expected. Well, I guess it's gonna be a late bloomer. Which should mean that it's gonna be a strong little kid, right? Let's hope, fingers crossed, that nothing's wrong. Right, while I'm here, let me check our grassland really quickly. What does the grass look like? 20% moisture. 14, 13, okay. On the top of the field it feels pretty close to getting into hay, but no luck. I don't know. Would it help if I go over with the tether once again? I don't know if it has any effect though. Hum. This really is a situation. I usually had at least a few bales of hay off the fields, even though they were fairly moist. But it seems like today we have, well, disappointment. Well, in this case, I won't wait anymore. I'm just gonna get that tether on and go over the fields again. The other thing I want to do today is to put some spray into the vineyard. To put some fertilizer on the vines, so we have everything nice and fertilized for the rest of the year. I just don't know what to do with myself. Dun. But I do know what to do with myself. I just don't know what to do with my hay. Let's drop this down and see if it makes any difference. Possibly. But not much. Not much difference at all. Well, I'm gonna restart recording when I'm done with this field, so we actually have a comparison to before and after. Again, if it made any difference. So far it doesn't really look too promising. Let's check the moisture again. Nope, pretty much the same. Right, let's see if there's any rain forecasted. Okay, so that's a no for today, and it's forecasted for the second half of June. But I don't know where, so it's gonna be after 7 a.m. Just thinking if we have to wait for another month, for example. Yeah. The only thing is, I do hope our grass won't rot away. Granted, it was a fairly cold May, because it was only up to 13 degrees Celsius. But otherwise it should dry up. But hey, what can you do? It is what it is. Problematic. Alright, so next thing is we're gonna need this sprayer. So let me take this out of the way. Move it outside. I can actually come in with a small tractor. And yeah, as I've said, I'm really gonna have to have a look at... Excuse me, I had to scratch my ear. I'm really gonna have to have a look at different animal transport types, because I do think you can get specialized trailers for pigs, and that should make our job a lot easier when it comes to doing stuff, moving a whole bunch of them around. Okay, is this off? Yeah, it's off. And I think I can drop the weight right here. I'm gonna go anywhere and it's not gonna be in the way of anything. Just for spraying, I won't need it. So yeah, another thing is we're gonna have to build yet another shed. How much storage space we actually have now, huh? But yeah, we're gonna have to build yet another shed over here for the combine. And if I'm lucky, I can get something that's big enough to house the potato harvester as well. Okay, let's not break down the doors. Right, so this already has some fertilizer in, so I won't have to refill it at all. I think it's gonna be plenty. Okay, are all our windows closed? Yes, they are. Good. The air conditioning is off. Or excuse me, it's set to internal circulation, so it doesn't suck in air from the outside. And we should be golden. Now let me see, has the cultivation actually done anything good for us? Funny, doesn't really look like it has. Oh well. Let's go around nice and slowly and down each row. You might think that it's enough if you go every other row, since this is blowing on both sides. But it's not the same effect because you leave basically half of the leaves unsprayed and they stay vulnerable to different pests. To different pets. Hey there, bugs. You're my pets now. Let me feed you on my leaves. Said no vine ever. Oh man. I'm gonna try skip one row at a time and go back the other way, because it's just easier. I don't have to stop the cruise control. I don't have to put it in reverse. So yeah, I'm gonna try to make life a bit easier for myself. This is what farmers do, right? If you think about it, how much innovation actually went into different machinery, into different types of mechanisms for doing all types of field work. It's actually very, very interesting to actually watch how the progress was made. And it was all for making your job easier, making your job quicker, and making efficiency go up. So yeah, all around. Good things all around. Alrighty, this is gonna be the last pass and we're gonna be finished with fertilizing. And after I'm done, I do want to check what the status of the vine or the vineyard is. Can we expect any higher yield or not? It should tell us. So it was, if I remember correctly, 106% and 121%. It might have been 126. In any case, it was around 100% and around 120%. So we actually have something to compare to. We have our baseline. And done. Okay, so let's see. Would you look at that? 176%, 200%, 320%. Oh wow. Is this because of the moisture? 200%. Oh wow. So if this keeps up, we can expect a very, very high yield this year. Alright, well, we'll see. I think we had around 70% of the trailer each time we passed while harvesting. So one down and one up gave us around 69 to 70%, 71 probably. So yeah, we now have kind of a baseline to expect. But it might just be that the moisture is morning nap, that the moisture is gonna be spot on perfect for harvesting and for growth of the potatoes. Grapes. Yeah, it shows I didn't have my breakfast, right? Yeah, kept it down for better reach. So yeah, technically for now this is, well, I'm gonna skip a few hours today because there is nothing really going on, but I will tag back in later on when we check together if the grass is actually any drier, if it's suitable for hay or not. Yeah, that would be extremely disappointing if we can't really make any hay. Because as you've seen on the weather forecast, it shows that we're gonna have rain practically every month now. Alrighty, let's take this fertilizer pallet and store it into the shed. And after this we're gonna switch the pallet fork for the... Can I put it in front of this? Should be able to. Okay, doesn't go anymore. Yeah, we're gonna switch for the manure fork and take a few buckets. I think we can take 3 buckets down there. Possibly only 2. So yeah, if you ever hear, this is what Jeremy Clarkson said in his Clarkson's farm, that if you ever hear a farmer complain about weather, don't think it's just that he's lazy or that he's just complaining for nothing. But the weather can truly make or break your life. It can give you a whole lot of yield, or on the other hand it can destroy a whole lot of yield and it can bankrupt you like nothing else. You just need one disaster or one bad month, even one bad week of weather, and that can completely destroy your future for that season. So yeah, if you ever see a farmer complaining, buy him a drink, as they truly do keep our lives afloat. Not me, I'm not one of those people, but other people. The ones that have truly big farms and that do truly a lot and that produce a lot of food. I am mainly producing feed for the animals, and the animals I'm mainly producing them for entertainment purposes. Oh, this sounds wrong. For tourism purposes. Let's go with that. That sounds much better. Shoot. Alright, well, as I said, I'm gonna tag back in a bit later on. And we're gonna see if we can actually make any hay. Now would you look at that? I think our fuel has arrived. Yep. Perfect. Alright, let me make sure that everything is all set up and paid for. And we're gonna end up with a full fuel tank. Awesome. Alright, thank you, sir. So 1,883 and we have 1,000 liters. So I guess the fuel prices went down just a little bit from previous episodes until today. And yeah, we now have our own fuel tank at the farm. So I don't think we're gonna have to worry for a long time about the fuel. In any case, I'm gonna go back to my lunch and I'm gonna let the delivery guy go on his way. Yeah, beautiful. Nice. You could see that he has a very nice truck. Of course, the fuel companies have nice trucks, right? Right. Okay, well, I had a nice little afternoon nap, and now it's almost 7 p.m. So I want to have a quick check on the meadow to see how it is. If everything is going according to plan. And don't get me wrong, I do not have my hopes up too much. I just want to see the results of the whole day of drying. If anything exceptional or extraordinary happened. Alright, this is still grass. Still grass. Oh, look at that. Oh, we actually do have hay. Okay, let's make a... Yeah, there's still a bit of grass over here. Yeah, let's make a round, another grass patch. Yeah, this is all still grass, still wet. Okay, this is mixed over here. Well, I didn't expect anything to be in the shape of hay, but it looks like, yeah, I would say roughly half a field. What does the moisture say over here? 13%. Okay, well, that's gonna get turned into hay fairly soon. 14%, 14.4. I seem to remember that it was the highest down here at the bottom of the field. So yeah, 14% is pretty close. Okay, let's check the weather. Okay, so we're gonna have nice clear weather and it's gonna rain at around, well, between 1 and 2 p.m. it's forecasted to start raining. And the weather is gonna be warm all the way through the night. So yeah. Alright, well, this seems nice. Unexpected. Alright, well, in that case I'm gonna leave it here. I ain't gonna do any more... Well, I ain't gonna do any tedding yet. Excuse me, any windrowing. Yeah, you can see my afternoon nap really did a number on my brain. Oh man. Okay, so in that case, what I will do is I'll prepare the windrower for the tractor so I can go into the field first thing in the morning. hopefully there'll be, well, everything will be turned into hay by then. So yeah, we just have to leave it on the ground longer, it seems, and everything is a-okay then. And if nothing else, you can actually, well, you can enjoy the evening sun on the farm. It does make everything very picturesque. What I like to do is, when night falls, I like to go out and have a stroll down here to the pig pen and watch the horses in the moonlight. And I gotta say, it's very, very relaxing. All you can hear are a few owls here and there, crickets, and basically nothing else, because there is no industry close by. There is no road close by, so all you got is nature sounds, and it makes it very relaxing. So yeah, since this is a nicely warm evening, I do think I'm gonna light the fire down there, or up there at the gazebo, and we can have a nice little chat with tourists. If they want to, of course. Otherwise, I can leave them alone. And since we're gonna have nice weather, we'll close this because we have all kinds of seeds and crops inside. But since we are gonna have nice weather, I can have this tractor sit outside until tomorrow comes. Well, alright. This is gonna be it for this episode. Thank you kindly for watching. I hope you had fun. And join us next time when we continue the adventure. Hopefully, knock on wood, we're gonna have some hay to store in our sheds for the winter. And oh yeah, right, I did want to say another thing is, well, I actually found an animal transport trailer that can handle up to 13 pigs. So I'm gonna have a look at it. They have it down at animal dealers. It used to be their main way to transport animals, but now they have trucks and stuff like that. They upgraded. So that trailer was sitting and just rotting away. And yeah, I do think I'm gonna go check it out and bring it home, because it is going to make our life much easier when we're gonna transport pigs to the animal dealer. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and see you next time. Take care and goodbye.